Hello and welcome to CarriePrewitt.com. I'm going to talk a little bit today about editing and body image, photo retouching, especially as it relates to senior photography. I got a disturbing phone call the other day from a senior who wanted me to take her pictures, and she asked me to do extreme edits on her pictures. She said she wanted me to make her look 10 pounds lighter and smooth out her skin and enhance her eyes and make her look just like she would look in a magazine. And that disturbed me quite a bit because I really feel like people should look in the mirror and just be happy with who they are. But print media has changed our expectations. It has changed the way we look at ourselves, and that's what I want to talk about right now. So I'm going to show you some examples. Okay, this is beautiful Alexandra. So meet Alexandra, and I'm going to be using my cursor so you can see what I'm doing. This is Alexandra right out of the camera. You can see she's an extremely beautiful girl. She is a dancer, so I would guesstimate she's probably a size 2. She's a tiny little thing, and just really, really beautiful all around. Didn't even wear, I do ask, or I prefer that seniors not wear that much makeup. You can see she doesn't have much on. Just if she has any on, it's very, very natural. Okay, so next I'm going to go to what I would call just a normal senior edit. And let's look at what I did there. Let me go before, and here's after. Okay, so I've done some things. The main thing, of course, you see is the big color shift. I did some things there, but let's look at what I did just to Alexandra herself. To her face, I didn't do anything at all, except I minimized these circles under her eyes, which were a result of my not using a reflector. She was standing kind of underneath this overhang, which enhanced that. So I wanted to minimize that. And I enhanced her blue eyes just a little bit mainly because in this picture she's rather far away. It's not a close-up, and I really wanted those blue eyes to show up the way they really are in real life. Let's look at her body here. I did nothing at all here, except if you look in this area, I have cleaned this up a little bit. Let's look before. And you can see that that was kind of messy looking, and that was bothering me. It was kind of poking out there. So here's after. I just cleaned that up a little bit to make it look a little more trim. And that looks good to me. Yeah. So let's look at what I would call an extreme edit. Okay, I would never do this to a real person's pictures, but here we go. All right, I just want you to see what we are capable of now as photographers. So that's very extreme, and obviously you can see what I've done here. Let's look closely. First, let's look at her body here. What I've done is I have made her arm even more slender than it is. Obviously, I've taken off inches. She's probably like a size minus 2. I have made her legs here, down here, even skinnier than they were. So let's go before and after. Before, after. Okay, let's look at her face. Okay, so obviously her eyes are extremely enhanced, bright, bright, bright eyes. And in fact, her entire face shape is different. Her jaw has been made more slender. Her eyes are bigger. Here's before. Beautiful Alexandra. Here's after. Extremely different. And sad, I would say, that anyone would really want to look like that in real life. The sad thing to me is that if you're looking through a magazine, I don't know that people would be able to even guess that that picture has been altered so dramatically. Let me show you one more example. This is beautiful Rebecca. This is straight out of the camera, as you can see. She's got a hot spot on her hand here. Not a great crop, but let's zoom in on her face. Yeah, you can see her beautiful face, just natural. I mean, I don't know if she had any makeup on, maybe very slightly. Maybe some lip gloss, I don't know. Very naturally beautiful person all the way around. So let's look here at what I did here with the edit. Here's what I'd call a typical senior edit. Okay, you can see I've fixed the crop, it's much better. And to her face, I've really done nothing at all, except I have sharpened her eyes just a little bit. Here's before. But you can see in the before picture, they were already quite beautiful. She had beautiful catch lights there. That beautiful brown color is showing up. We had beautiful light that day, but here's the after. So all I've done is that. You zoom out, and that's all I did to that picture. Some contrast, obviously. I added a texture to the image. I do that a lot, but just a lot more contrast is all that I did. So let's look here at the extreme edit now. Just to be clear, I would never actually do this to anybody's picture, but for example's sake, here we go. Yeah, and she turned into the Barbie doll. And let's look at all the things that I've done here. Let's look at her face. You can see her eyes have been extremely sharpened. Her eyes are extremely whitened. Her teeth have been whitened. Her skin has been smoothed to the point where it doesn't really look like skin anymore. It looks like plastic. Her hair has I've even smoothed it out dramatically. Gotten rid of some extra hair in there. That in itself is not a bad thing, but to do. Now let's look at her arms. This arm here, her arms I have made even skinnier than they really already are. And all this I have made her look much skinnier. Here's before. Yeah, and here's after. Before, after. So you can see a huge difference, and I would hope that Rebecca never feels the need to try to look like this in real life. But this is what you see in magazines and print media, and I just think it's really sad. I have a 6-year-old daughter, and I really don't want her growing up thinking that she has to look like this. People just don't really look like this. And in my business practice, I do not do extreme retouching like this. It makes me sad if a mom says, I really want to have a family picture, but I really want to lose 20 pounds first. I just say to that person, go ahead and take the picture, because you may never lose the 20 pounds and your children aren't going to care what you looked like. They love you no matter what. And that's the point of pictures, is to show and remember what you really looked like and who you really were at that time in your life. So that is my spiel on extreme photo editing, and I would like to thank you for joining me on my very first informational video. You can find me at carrieprewitt.com. Thank you very much, and have a wonderful day.